The Richelieu, and last I left off, I had everything masked, the pattern, and I had everything taped off, and now I've sprayed it on and then removed the mask to show the pattern. So I got the pattern on, and this is going to be probably a boring stage because I got to go print out some pictures because these are actually like supposed to be like waves. And they got like a little feathered airbrush effect, you know, so it looks like waves on the ship. So I'm gonna basically take intermediate blue and where is it, and probably a little white, and just make it about a shade darker, and then I'll be able to airbrush it to fade the waves on the ship. But anyway, there is that on that side, and that side's done as well. Now I'm really close to the pattern, you know, if not not probably 100% accurate, but it is really close to the pattern on this style of the measure on the Richelieu. So anyway, there is that, and I'll just try to I gotta go print some pictures off so I can get the rest of the camo on, because we're basically doing it in 3 or 4 stages, and then we'll be able to continue on painting this upcoming weekend. So anyway, that's where I stand on that. So we're kind of at a little bit of the boring stage where we got to do a little planning and figure out what to do on it next. The baby driver car, so I'm down, I got 2 coats of paint on there, and I'm almost satisfied with it. I just got to go one more round of paint, and that's basically right through here. I actually, the second time I painted it, I actually thinned it just a little too thin, put a little more water in than I should have, but it just took really light coats, and that's how I like to paint, light coats at a time. So we're just about done, just a couple of spots that I need to just paint just a little bit more. I think one more coat, and I think we'll be good to go, and then we'll be ready to shoot some future on the baby driver car. So anyway, that's looking pretty darn fancy for a metal body car, painted it white. So anyway, and then after I get the white paint on, then I'll go back in and of course touch up the silver, and then we'll mask everything off and start painting the red, and that'll just be airbrushing the red paint, and I may, I don't know, maybe see if I can find some, what's that old tester's flock that you could put in the floorboard. I might do something like that, who knows. We'll just see how far we need to go on the baby driver car. The term hinton, I didn't do anything on that. That's basically getting ready for paint, but I did take care of another 46 models. This is the E100 Alligator, their version of it, and it says 16 resin parts. Now I got to point this out. It was actually 4 parts. One track, main body, and the barrel, and that's pretty much it. There was no other parts in there except for the little CD that you get with it. But anyway, I think it's a very simple kit. I mean, I cleaned up the pour plugs and a little bit of the flash on it, and it's pretty much assembled. And I mean, it took, like, not a whole lot of time to do it. But anyway, I think it's pretty darn slick. And this is one of them tanks that I would see the profile of it. I always wanted to take the engine deck and cover it. I always thought that would be unique, almost like a Hetzer. But in an E100, kind of configuration. But anyway, that's just me thinking out loud. But anyway, that's pretty much it on that. I didn't see any broken parts on it, and it just went together really. That's what that's kind of resin kit you like. Very little parts, slap it together, and you got yourself a nice, very nice model. Did have to trim a little bit on the hole there to get it, because it was a little bunched up resin from the mold, and I got most of that. You can see some of the mold rubber on the track, but that's alright. We'll paint that over and make that look like dirt and mud and all that good stuff. Anyway, there's the E100 Alligator. And then I got one more to put together, and I'm going to probably get it together today, and then we will get that primer, and then we'll just try to paint them all in one wax. So that's what I have got going on today. We are putting together the Alligator. Baby Driver getting one more coat of paint, and we are continuing on with the Measure 52 on the Richelieu. So that's what I got going on today. Stay tuned for the next exciting episode.